Lesson 2, topic, circumference and area of circles. Learning target, I can find the circumference and area of a given circle. First off, some vocabulary review. We have radius, so our radius would be this, would be a radius. Also, just this piece could be a radius, and this piece could be a radius. So radius goes from the center to the end of the circle. It's halfway across the circle. Now the diameter goes all the way across. So the diameter is 2 of your radiuses. So we could multiply your radius by 2 and you get the diameter, or the radius is half of the diameter. When we see the word half in math, we think divide by 2. And lastly, circumference. It's a bit of a bigger word. We might want to practice saying that. Circumference is the distance around the circle. So circumference is the distance around a circle. Quick check. I would like you to answer this question in Edpuzzle. What is the radius of this circle? Next, what is the diameter of this circle? Another way you can look at things about a circle is thinking about pizza. So if you have the radius would be the side length of one of the slices. So this would be a radius, and this would be a radius. You can think about the radius as how big is your slice of pizza. And then the diameter would be if you slice the pizza completely in half. So the diameter, if you slice the pizza in 2 equal sections and we went all the way across, that would be our diameter. And lastly, the circumference would be how much crust is on the pizza. How far around does the crust go? So that's another visual for you if that helps. But we are going to be working with our grade 7 formula sheet, which is going to come up on your MCAs, which is coming up soon. So you're going to be working with this grade 7 formula sheet. If you were in person, you got a paper copy. But just so we kind of eliminate some of the extra, for today we're going to focus on the first 2. And then in our next 2 lessons, we're going to cover the next 2. But for today, we're going to focus on area and circumference, those 2 formulas. So let's jump right in. We're going to start with the circumference formula. So the circumference formula is C equals pi d. So remember this symbol right here that looks like this is pi. We also estimate pi to be 3.14. So in math class, we're going to use 3.14 for pi. So that's what this means right here. So to find the circumference of a circle, we take pi and we multiply it by our diameter. So all we have to do is 3.14 times our diameter. So you might want to add that to your formula sheet. Just make a note so that you remember what you need to do. So for our problem, we're going to identify the radius and the diameter for the given circle. So let's pause and do that piece. So if we look at our circle, I see that I'm given the radius because the radius is the small piece. So it only is halfway across the circle. So I know my radius is 12. Then to get the diameter, remember the diameter goes all the way across. That's 2 of my radiuses. So 12 plus 12 is 24. So I know my diameter is 24. Now I can find the circumference because I know the diameter. So to find the circumference, I'm going to do 3.14, which is pi, times my diameter. Well, my diameter is 24. So I'm going to do that math problem. And I can use a calculator, and so can you. So we're going to do 3.14 times 24 equals, and we're going to type in our answer exactly as it shows up on the calculator, so 697.08. And that's your answer. Last piece is area. So to find the area of a circle, we're going to use our area formula. So you see there's pi again, so we're going to do 3.14 times our radius squared. So when we square something, that just means we're multiplying it by itself. So what we're really doing is we're multiplying it by 2 of our radiuses. So we're going to do times radius times radius. So that's how we're going to find the area. So again, we're going to identify the radius and the diameter for the given circle. So let's start with that. Right here, I see I'm given my diameter. It goes all the way across. So diameter is 14. I know that my radius is half of my diameter. So I'm going to figure out what is half of 14. So remember, half means divide by 2. So I'm going to do 14 divided by 2, which is 7. So that is my radius. Now I can calculate the area of the circle. So remember, we're going to use our area formula. So area equals pi. So I'm going to put 3.14 times my radius squared. So remember, that's just 2 of my radiuses. So I'm going to do times 7 because our radius is 7. And again, we can use our calculator for that. So I'm going to take my calculator, type in 3.14 times 7 times 7 equals 153.86. And that is how you find circumference and area of a circle.